we're in the middle of the third Sicha over here in Bamidbar. I hope you try to remember what we learn every day. Try to relearn. If you go over it in your mind, or maybe even to write it down. If it was in a regular yeshiva environment, as there's tests that are given. If you want, I'll give you tests. But those things help you to remember. If not, then we just, it's very nice to sit and learn the Torah, but if you don't remember anything, then it becomes a big sort of a, like waking up and not remembering your dreams. You remember you had something really good. The same thing becomes the learning of the Torah, sort of these wispy ideas. So if you could write them down after these are ideas that are understandable. And then all of a sudden ideas will pop up in your mind as well. Okay. So if you remember, we learned the first Sicha that we learned is the importance of every single person. And that how numbers in Judaism also imply quality. If you have 9 Jews, it's not the same thing as 10 Jews. Number 10. Also in because of Muslim, the greater the number, and the Rebbe even went further that if there weren't all 600,000 people in Matan Torah, the Torah wouldn't have been given. So see the importance of every Jew. Therefore, said the Rebbe, how important it is to numbers of Jews, to increase the numbers of Jews that know about Torah and not pay so much attention to quality, if these people are intelligent, if they're not intelligent, if they're whatever. Numbers of Jews important. That was the first Sicha. Second Sicha was, remember that the Jews, when they were in the desert, Bamidbar, they made a tabernacle, a holy temple. This comes to show that every single Jew, no matter who, no matter what, no matter how far away from Judaism, even if you're regarding Judaism in a desert and there's all sorts of scorpions and snakes and terrible ideas and destructive ideas and anti-Jewish ideas, nevertheless, you can make a holy temple. You can make a tabernacle. You can make the place holy. In fact, that's why we're here in the world, is to improve the world. So if you meet up with difficulties, you should know, now I can start work. Then we learn the third Sicha. The third Sicha is talking about Shabbos Mavorachim Sivan. The Shabbos Mavorachim Sivan was the month that the Jewish people, Rosh Chodesh Sivan, was when the Jews went into the desert of Sinai. And it says that the Jews camped like one person, Hayichan Yisrael, that the Jewish people, he camped. And it says they were like one person with one heart. They all had the same desire to serve the creator of the universe. There was peace between them. Okay, so that's where we are. Can you find this? No? Hello? You with me, rabbis?
Yeah, we didn't manage to find.
All right, let's just go further. Here we are. We're on the third Sicha, page number 5. And the Rebbe, it starts off with Al Poel Bati. Did you find this? Maybe in Yiddish? Chayamer, what do you say? No? You can find it maybe in Yiddish. It's a Sicha in chelek base. The first Sicha of the Rebbe, basically, is the page number 5. No? Okay.
It might be helpful.
From the time that we have from now until the holiday of Shavuos in the morning, the time when the Torah was given to all of the Jews. And this includes also when the Torah was given every day. Like we say, we have to look at the Torah like it's brand new. No Tana Torah. Oh, here we go. Wonderful. I have it in Yiddish. You have to announce, and you have to explain, and you have to make clear that every Jewish man and woman that you have any sort of influence on them, that now in this time, chovatam v'zechutam, it is their obligation and it is their, how do you say, privilege, lishtadel b'yeter seit, to make a special effort, v'yeter oz, be'inyan ahavat Yisrael, loving every Jew. Okay, loving every Jew, this is in a way the basis of all Judaism. Rabbi Akiva said it's klal gadol. Hillel Azakin said you have to be one of the pupils of Aaron, to love everyone, bring them close to the Torah. Love the Torah. Okay, why? The Rebbe is going to tell us how to do it. V'yadua ma shekatuv Rabbeinu b'sidura shetiknu lekach, what the Alter Rebbe wrote, and this Alter Rebbe Siddur, before you start praying, it says nachon adavar. It is only proper. Let me just see if I can make this bigger. There we go. Nachon adavar. It is only proper. Read right in the beginning of the Siddur, right here. Let's see. I have a Siddur over here of the Alter Rebbe. Do I have a Siddur? Yes, I do. Here, look at this. Watch this. Here. Before we start our prayers, I'm not so familiar with other Siddurs, but here it says, this is right in the beginning, see? Right over here, it says over here, right after you put on your tefillin. So it says, read these words here. Hareini makabel alai mitzvahs aseh shela v'ahavta l'recha kamocha. Behold, I accept on myself the positive commandment of loving my fellow Jew as myself. This is a positive commandment in the Torah. Now, you're supposed to love all of God's creations. You're supposed to love God. It's a mitzvah to love God. And certainly you should love all of God's creations. But the Jews are special. The Jews are something in addition to this. You should love everybody. Love is a very important thing, a very positive thing. Maybe in a way it's the most positive thing. Loving someone means that you value that other person. You see there's something really good in the other person, and you really value it. Right? That's called love. A person, whatever it is, loves his family, loves his house, loves his mother, loves his father. It's supposed to be that you see something unique in that person, and there is something unique in every person. Every person, Jew, not Jew, everyone's a creation of God. Everyone is different. But loving every Jew that's special. That's a deeper thing, and we're going to see why. In other words, loving every person in the world, sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes it's almost impossible. Not only that, I mean, there's 8 billion people in the world. Everybody going to be supposed to love everybody. What does that mean? And we haven't got any talent to look for the good in everybody. You know, we should believe there's good in everybody. You know, but every Jew, it's a commandment. So even if you have 100 reasons not to like another Jew, right? You have reasons not to like a non-Jew. Okay, so you keep away from it. It's a big deal, right? But a Jew, even if you have 100 reasons not to like him, it's a commandment to love like him. It's a commandment to love him. It's a commandment. The bad in him, you're supposed to say, okay, that I can't stand, the bad. But the good, you have to look for the good. That's in chapter 32 of the Tanya. You have to explain, this is the basis of Judaism. The Jewish people, before they received the Torah, they were like one person. That's why the Alter Rebbe, the first Rebbe, writes in the Siddur, I accept on myself the commandment, ahavta l'recha kamocha. It's a positive commandment of loving my fellow man, my fellow Jew like myself. Lasbir etanal, you have to explain this to everyone, Eich Shabbos Yisrael, how it is that loving every Jew is a preparation for the giving of the Torah and the receiving of the Torah. Although dial hasbir, and to make known and to explain the Maimon, what the Alter Rebbe said, v'ahavta l'recha kamocha. This is the vessel. Loving other Jews is the vessel to loving Hashem. Why? Because in order to love another Jew, you have to put yourself aside a little bit and not think about, well, what am I going to get out of this guy? What's in it for me? And forget about that. Just think about what is the good of the other person. It's a commandment, right? Before you put on tefillin, think, what am I going to get out of these tefillin? Give charity. What am I going to get out of the charity? Okay, maybe if that's what you think, but if you do, you have a little work to do on yourself. That is the preparation. A person not thinking about himself and overlooking his own emotions and reactions to this other person, as this is a vessel, this is the beginning to loving Hashem. The Nimsasur comes out, Ahavat Hashem, that the love of God, Ahavat the Torah, loving the Torah, and Ahavat Israel, and loving every Jew are all one. Tzorich Lafarsem, Mamar Harav Magid, you have to advertise the saying of the Rav HaMagid, Da Malamayla. You have to know what is above you. Perish, what does it mean? We're going to learn this in Pirkei Avos soon. You should know what is above you. It says the eye sees, there's the other, the ear that hears. Everything you do is written in the book. That's what we're learning right now, right? Isn't it? And with Rebbe Yehuda Nasi. Perish da. I have to look and see. I think that's perish da. Kol mashalamayla. You should have to know. The simple meaning is know what is above you. You have to know that you're not the end of the world. God is above you. That's why Jewish religious people, they wear a kippah. Why do you wear a kippah on their head? Why? Because to remind us there's something above my mind. That's called Yarmulke, as Yirim Malka. Yarmulke, Yirim Malka, which means the fear of the king. I'm not the boss here. I'm not the boss. That's what you have to, you should know there's something above you. The Maggid of Mezrich explained it in a little bit different way. Of course, that way, of course, but he added something. Da Malamayla, you have to know that everything that happens to you from above, everything happens to you in your life, it comes from you. The whole thing depends on you. If there's a bad situation in the world, you should know that it's your fault. Let's put it, it's my fault. I have to improve myself. Don't point fingers at others. They say the saying, if you point your finger at somebody else, that you have three fingers pointing back at yourself. See these three fingers here? These three fingers here are pointing back at me. He's not. Dam alamayla, you should know that everything that comes from heaven, mimach, it comes from you. You're the cause. Every person, it depends on him. Asher yireh ha'adam, person should see to it that the world, he should treat the world as though it was equal. This also comes from the Rambam also says this. What is this? The Rambam says the laws of tshuva, the 3rd chapter, 4th law. The world is equal. The world is like a what do you call it? A scale. And just one little good deed that you do, you can tilt the whole world, the whole universe, all of history to the side of merit. They can't be done. So don't think one little deed I'm going to do is going to be a big deal. Yes, especially because your good deed is added on to the billions and billions of good deeds that have been done previously. Also in our case, just one good deed or speech or even thought can tilt over and bring about Matan Torah, the giving of the Torah. And that's the idea of the Jewish people were all like one before the giving of the Torah. And especially and especially if you do something in a way of love and peace. That the Baal Shem Tov Kavazeh, he said that after he founded the ideas of Chassidut, that namely what Sha'al Yedezeh Kolalim Hu Atzmo et Azulot V'yotze Migeder Yachid, that by means of including another Jew or all other Jews in your personality, in your life, so you cease to be just one little person against the world. There's more people together with you until eventually you realize you're not against the world at all. A little bit of light pushes away a lot of darkness. A lot of light pushes even more darkness. That's the idea of joining with other Jews, even if you don't agree with them. And it could be that you have to reprove them and tell them that they're doing wrong and that you don't agree with the things that they're doing, but it has to be in a way of love, not like you write the person off and you cancel him out and you hope that he drops dead. This is not Judaism. This is the preparation for the giving of the Torah. That was one of the reasons why somebody asked why Chabad doesn't make a political party in Israel. Chabad is very powerful. It's known by a lot of people. We do a lot of favors for a lot of people. And there's Chabad houses all the time that they don't expect any remuneration. They go and they ask for donations, that's for sure. They live totally on donations. But they don't expect, in order to be a member, you have to pay this. So if Chabad would make a political party that have tremendous power, and the Rebbe said, political party in Hebrew is called a miflaga. Miflaga means what do you want to call it? A miflaga means a sector, a division, from the language of pilug. And the Rebbe said, Chabad is not here in order to make pilug, it's here to make unity. Even though we lose a lot of money, from the government and the power and things like that. In the end, sometimes the institutions suffer terribly, but it's worth it not to lose the truth. Okay. Therefore, the whole idea of Judaism is to be included. Now, this doesn't mean included, doesn't mean to lose your individuality. It means that you have to stop thinking your ideas and stop saying your theories, and that you have to stop acting in your own unique way. And 100% not. Right? That's the only way that peace will come, is if everybody does their job and acts in their unique way, in a good way. And also people should reprove each other. Right? What are you doing that for? It says in the Torah you should do that. Why did you say this and you're doing the opposite? Why are you doing this? But not in a way of, hey, why do you do this? Right? In a way that is an argument. Like I said, the whole Talmud is filled with arguments. To argue, yes, but the basis of it is let's come to the conclusion. Let's see if there's a conclusion. Let's see why it is that God created us differently with different ideas. Right? And why did he create us with a mouth and with ears? To speak and to listen, to talk to each other. So there has to be unity. The Rebbe is going to explain how to do it in the next one. This is the preparation for the receiving of the Torah. Torah, that the whole entire Torah was given only to make peace in the world. Why peace in the world? When people know what to do. Right? You go to England, you drive on the same side of the street as in America, no peace. Right? Each place has its own laws. When you know what the laws are, what you're supposed to do, then there's peace. Right? There's the intersection. Who has the right of way? There's a law. If there's no law, then everybody takes out their club, and this guy takes out his knife. And I've got the right. Might makes right. The Torah is here in order to show what are the laws of the world. What are you supposed to do? Shekol, a lot of times it's not what people want to do, but it's what people need to do. Shekol, a Torah, that the whole Torah was given to make peace in the world. Ba'olam gadol, ba'olam katan, in the big world and in the small world, that's man. To make peace between the creation and the creator. I just want to say one small thing. There was Hitler and these people, they said, what's the way to make peace? Kill everybody that disagrees with me. Stalin was the expert at that. I mean, what's going on they say that Mao Zedong killed more people, but you just never know about it. And that's the way to make peace. You kill all of your enemies. Nobody dares open their mouth. There's peace. Right? On the other end, the less people, the better. On the other end, like the Rebbe Lubavitcher says exactly, and that's what the Torah says, the more people, the better. It's forbidden for a non-Jew, for instance, to make an abortion. It's forbidden for a non-Jew to kill people. It's forbidden. You can't do it. There's going to be more people. More people there's more opinions. Everybody's different. The more opinions, the more arguments, the less peace. Says the Rebbe exactly the opposite. Peace only comes when there's more and more and more and more diversity. And everyone uses that diversity for a positive purpose, because that's why there is diversity. Everyone should add something in to the world. And this diversity has to be encouraged. Call echad, each and every person, but this is only God. God is the one that takes care of it. A normal person thinks, like I thought in the beginning, listen, there's not enough food in the world. There's not enough things. If there's going to be all these people that are going to disagree with me, I'll control the world. Everybody controls your own life. Pro-choice. You have your own choice, right? You live your life. You want to live a quiet life. You want to live this. but it's not choice. Every human being, the essence of a human being is free choice. That's the essence of a human being. The more people there are, the more free choice there is. So these people that have abortions, they say we're pro free choice. It's exactly the opposite. It's a, what do they call it, an oxymoron? If that's the proper word to use. It's totally opposite. By making abortions, you're destroying free choice of all these children that you're. It's just mind-boggling. I just can't imagine.
Rabbi, I have a question.
And the terrible thing is that in America they encourage the blacks, especially, to do it, and they give them incentives, they give them money, and they make it easy for them, an easy operation, and then you won't have to spend so much afterwards, and your life is going to just be rosy. You don't have to spend money on food and clothes, and the kids make trouble and make noise, and there's problems. You got to take them to school, and who knows what's going to happen. Just kill them. That's simple. People say that makes sense. Also, look at who's telling me this. This guy's a professor. He's a doctor or something like that. I didn't get any schooling. Why didn't you get any schooling? Because these guys, these professors and these doctors, they made us so you wouldn't get any schooling to keep you foolish, to keep you uneducated. Foolish is not the proper word. Foolish to believe in these people, these professors. Okay, enough politics. More people, better. You should speak and to advertise what we said before, and especially what we said before. And all the rabbis, when they stand up and talk from the podium, the importance of diversity and loving your fellow Jew, because it is a commandment. Find something good in another person and love him, even if it's the only fact just that he's a Jew. Because as Aaron said, oh, if it's a brios, you have to love just the fact that people were created by God. Then you can be sure that among the Jewish people, we will merit to the amazing blessing of the previous Rebbe, the Kabbalah Torah, is that we will receive the Torah with joy and with joy and how do you say personally. It won't just be a religious thing. We'll feel personally God is kissing us, giving us His holy Torah, especially every time we learn the Torah and the ideas of the Torah. Here, the next one we're going to do tomorrow is the Rebbe is going to explain to us how to really have love of every Jew. What proper logic. Story.